CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Welcome back to Chicken Brawl. I'm your host, The Chicken. In today's video, guys, we're going to kind of do a recap on the recent Time to Explain the Brawl Stars podcast. If you guys didn't know, this released on the main Brawl Stars channel. And they go into some update hints, and what I wanted to talk about first was they give us a real in-depth look at it, like a state of the game kind of thing. So I think that's interesting to see from the, right from the developer's perspective, because it's not something a lot of game companies do. We don't typically see this in the space where, people complain and then, the reason that they're complaining, like Danny's about to explain, is because they don't really understand why things happen, or why things can't get fixed immediately, or why brawlers come out and they're super strong right away, kind of thing. So it's an interesting take. Let's start off with this right here.
If any player would spend 1 week with us, they would change their minds. It's just because they would consume so much knowledge of decisions and discussions and everything. So what we want to put here out today is put some context. So everything we are talking about will have some background. So it's not coming out of just our words or anything. Everything has a ground data to back it up. And then we have actually I can already start showing some graphs.
Oh, missed opportunity. We should have all wore our suits or something.
There are questions related.
Data and suits.
So look at this beautiful graph. I mean, look at some declining moments. So here's our DAU, which means daily active users. And
So this is really cool. Obviously, it gives us a specific timeline as to when the game was, more or less popular. And I think it's interesting to see that star drops, or essentially when they removed boxes, right after that, the game really took a dive. And the fact that it's been able to come back and actually increase since that point when they did that is really cool.
You can see this is from December to today, I think. No, actually
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday. Also.
So yesterday. Actually, we didn't get the Sunday and Saturday numbers maybe, because then it will be even higher.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's December, we had the Brawl days, we removed boxes. It was a big deal in the community. But then
there was also in the mission the Omega Box event.
Yeah, the Omega Box event. Yeah. Yeah, this is early December 2022. But then you can see our daily active users are rapidly declining, right? And you can really easily spot the trend there until we release the Star Drops update. And you can see how clear they stop. At least the trend wasn't so harsh, right?
I'd actually underline again, it's more intermission here, but normally what we see in summer is that there's a drop in the AU because people go on vacation, believe it or not. And so we expected, even after the star drops, that the numbers would go down probably faster than normally in an update cycle. And we were pretty surprised to see that this graph there became more flat. So was the first surprise, I think. So there's still a decline after the update.
Yeah.
But it's much slower, even though we expected a steeper decline.
Yeah. So I think a bit counterintuitive, right? Because I think for most games that have a bit older audience, summer usually means play more games. But for our audience, a lot of people end up playing in school with their friends during school, right? So summer actually means they're actually playing Brawl less because they're not with their friends.
Yeah, so even
Damn
with
parents.
those conditions that should affect us negatively, it actually our numbers we managed to sustain the DAU quite well. And then we have the Hypercharge, which was a bit controversial update. I think the first Hypercharge, they weren't as exciting as we thought they would be. Also, we removed the game modes because if you see this trend going down and our DAU is being affected by that, removing the game slots that you have would actually, in theory, would help matchmaking, right? Because then it's more accurate. Yeah. It will be faster. But then you see nothing really changed. And we also see our retention declining. So but it's still the numbers weren't as bad as like the Masteries and the Blink update. But then
So I think it's interesting to get a look behind the scenes. Let's jump into the update stuff. All right, guys. So we got a good look at the state of the game. Now we got some sneak peek action for you.
pay for that.
More speak.
Well, that one was already announced.
Okay.
So it doesn't count.
Yeah, but maybe you can expand a bit. So it's confirmed. It's like, should I? The name of the feature change? Big plot twist. It's not frame anymore.
Oh yeah.
Because in the communication it was we call frame,
It's not called frames.
and it's not called what you're thinking about. It's called
We discussed
Battle
the
card.
names a lot.
battle, no, battle card background, isn't it?
Just battle cards.
Battle cards.
Yeah, we still don't know.
We discussed it for reference for the community. We discussed this a lot.
Yeah.
This stupid name
Naming is hard.
was
Naming.
probably a week of development time.
Yeah. But
Hopefully
then,
not.
like,
Not
when you
quite.
go into a battle, your battle card will change based on our fame, and it's really beautiful. We had like when Gonzalo was showing to us, like we are like, wow, we had a wow moment
We did have a big
in
wow
the meeting.
moment.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
really cool.
So basically, we will allow you to show off your fame rank
Yeah.
a little bit more than in the past.
Like, of course, it's still cosmetic. Like, you're not getting progression out of that because if you have all the brawlers, you're good in progression. but then maybe
I saw a suggestion. Sorry, I saw a suggestion which was like, it should become cheaper to unlock more brawlers. But you already maxed, and we should like, or increase drop chances for and star drops and stuff like that.
like I would understand like get 1.1 coins or something like that, you know, like a bonus. But like brawlers is exactly the thing you don't need. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yes.
but it's like it's really cool cosmetics, and then you can show off those things. And let's see like if people will start putting those cosmetics into fame on their battle card now. And the other sneak peek is Power League rework. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want to?
All right. Yeah.
Power League is
You
dead.
want to talk about it?
No,
It's dead.
Power League is dead.
Yeah. So Power League's dead. It's no more Power League.
I have a déjà vu.
That's it.
Improve game
Yeah,
improvement.
you're
Alright.
playing with
Trophy
full
inflation.
modes.
Yeah. Just trophy. Yeah.
Embrace trophy
I
inflation.
guess like some things we can say like it's 1 month long. It's like it will follow the new Brawl Pass because we felt that's a good pace to progress. It doesn't get boring.
V's working on the rewards, so
Yeah.
if you don't like it, take it with him.
Throw him under the bus while he's not
Wow.
here.
No, it's gonna be
Wow.
awesome. Like I think they're really exciting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be way more than current Power League.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be getting it every month, so it's gonna feel a lot better. I think maybe the gameplay piece, Adrian can talk about actually.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna try something pretty wild with new ranked system. We're gonna try to have modifiers in ranked, not the ones you're used to, by the way. I think importantly for us is that they stay competitive and not RNG based. So they should be predictable. So for example, you won't have one team's map covered in snow and the other one's not. Stuff like that. So when we make these modifiers, we want the games to play out differently. We want you to influence what brawlers you want to pick depending on the mode, the map, composition, and the modifier. So it's basically another layer of skill expression. Like, can you adapt to also a modifier? And that should also feel much fresher because no single map will play the same because a modifier will make it play completely differently.
Yeah.
Because that's an issue I think we identified from the old Power League system is once you kind of went through the map rotation, you kind of got a little bit bored of it.
Yeah.
There was no surprises really. You know what the good picks are at any given time. That's it. But with modifiers, that should change up a lot. And of course, some modifiers might work out great, some might not. We have the opportunity to scale it on the fly. So if there's something that just simply won't work, we're not gonna stick with it, and we're gonna keep changing them as we go.
Yeah, and I think like we can go deeper. Like Brawl Talk is coming to I don't know when it's gonna be released, but it's
Soon.
coming at
Soon.
soon. And then I'll go deep into the feature. But also like we are addressing a lot of complaints about the current Power League, which is like players picking low-level brawlers or report system. Yay, we are actually working on the report system, and then a bit more casual for the casuals. It's like the first the first ranks. It's not gonna be like the banning phase, having banning phase and like a pick phase for each player.
Yeah.
Because like it was like you actually talked about that on another episode. There was like such a big gap from a trophy game to a power league mode, right? So there is not a smooth transition.
Yeah.
So now we made the first ranks a bit easier or like smoother, and then we kept the hardcore or like the competitive mode towards diamond and up.
Diamond and up.
Yeah. So like hopefully we'll see a lot more players playing this, but it looks really promising.
Yeah. And maybe just on kind of back to mods for a bit, I think we care a lot about kind of the competitive integrity, if you will, of the game, right?
Yeah.
Like, we all love the esports stuff and we're all competitive players. And I think we talked about, I think there's an intuitive reaction to mods, like, oh man, you're really
everyone in the team had the same reaction.
Like, everybody was like, wait, this is a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
And I think and the reason why we're doing it is there's two reasons. Well, one is like Adrian touched on, like we're gonna be redesigning and introducing new mods, and they're not gonna be like Mega Pig, right? They're gonna be designed for competitive. And the other thing is like from a design perspective, like when you have something random happening during the game, like that's out of your control. Like you can't do much about it, and that feels bad for competitive.
Yeah.
But for mods, it's input randomness, right?
Yeah.
Like about the randomness.
So not the biggest sneak peeks in the world, but still kind of cool to see. And I really like how they talk about modifiers as, another form of skill expression rather than, we're just going to add modifiers to make it more exciting, make it more fun. Because if it is going to be a power league based game, it's got to be, based around skill. And I think it makes sense. Now it's hard to say exactly until we actually play some of these modes and see, how everything gets affected, but I like how they focused on it right away, saying, they're not going to put the RNG modifiers in. It's going to be stuff that is balanced, but requires you to play the map or mode a little bit differently. So there it is, guys. Those were kind of the coolest moments I thought were released in the Brawl Stars podcast. You guys let me know in the comments what you enjoyed out of this show if you have seen it already, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it if you throw that code chicken in the shop. We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Chicken is out of here. Back.